And a jolly good morning to you from a beautifully warm Saturday morning here in Wrocław, southwest Poland, and more specifically at the main railway station. Quite a beauty, yeah? A lot of the Polish railway stations are like this, and some aren't. But yeah, as you'll see, it's a nice railway station. The usual sort of collection of ne'er-do-wells hanging about is very limited here in Poland. It's not like the UK or Germany, where there's sort of a permanent smell of weed and various other things and people hanging about and begging. It tends not to be really a thing here. Not saying it doesn't exist at all. Anyway, I've got about 5 or 6 hours to kill today. I'm flying back to the UK later on, so I've come up here specifically to use the left luggage facility in here, and then I'll get a bus or bus I think, from here to the airport later on. So with that in mind, I arm myself with a 24-hour ticket, which costs 15 zloty, which equates to approximately £3 for unlimited travel on the trams and buses. And I'm just going to go on a bit of a random transportation romp around Wrocław. I've already put out the walking video. I've got a couple more from other occasions when I've been here on my channel, so if you're interested in those, click the subscribe button and go and have a look. Today's just a bit of time filling really, so I'm just going to get rid of my bag, grab myself a coffee and something to eat, and then I'm just going to go with Google Maps. As long as I'm back here by about 3 o'clock this afternoon, all will be good. So let's go. Love this station. It is one of my favourites here in Poland. It's got a real nice atmosphere about it, and as I say, it smells fresh as well. There's not kind of a nasty aromas wafting around, or too many dodgy people wandering about either. Plenty of these guys about as well. Keep order. That was a lot more difficult than it needed to be. I think a whole train load of people that all wanted to leave their bags for a while had all pitched up at the same time, and like me, none of them speaking Polish, although the machine does give you the option of English. Some of the lockers didn't seem to work. When you pay by credit card, basically you choose a locker that's got a key in it. You go to the machine for that sector. It's all a little bit unclear which machine you need to go to pay, especially when there's lots of people all going around using the wrong machine. One of the machines seemed to be frozen up. Finally got the right one, right machine and locker from that group of lockers, and then it rejected my card for some reason. Got no idea why. And then changed lockers, and on about the 10th attempt it did it. So got rid of the wheelie bag, thank goodness. So I'm going to head off now. It's almost time to come back and pick the bag up again. No, joking aside, just going to have a good old romp around this fine city now, without having to carry a bag. Last little look at this beautiful station, actually. As stations go, this is certainly one of the best. Plenty of places to grab yourself some snacks as well, and a drink or whatever you fancy. Going to head out to the zoo. Apparently it's a very good zoo here. Not got time to really go in it today. Be kind of wasting money really. Haven't got that much time to wander around the zoo. But I'm just going to go and have a little look of the general area, see what else is around there as well for future visits, because this definitely is a city I'll be back to without any doubt. Hopefully this is a number 2 tram coming along. There's quite a few different tram and bus stops here around the main station, as is often the case in lots of railway stations. So Google Maps will make sure you're at the right one. And yeah, number 2. Fantastic news. Right, let's have a little ride on this then. Can't beat a tram. Very busy by the looks of it. This little ride out here to the zoo. Most people on that tram seem to have got off here as well. Popular activity on a Saturday morning, I guess, and certainly a beautiful day for it. I'm just really, this is just a check out for what I can expect next time I'm actually here and have time to come and spend some time in the zoo. So I'll just go and have a little look up there, see what the general pricing's like, have a little look around, and then jump on another bus or tram. Great way to see a city rather than those expensive hop-on, hop-off bus arrangements that literally will just take you to the main tourist spots, but at a very high price. You can do all of those on local transport, generally speaking, if you do a bit of homework and buy yourself a 24-hour ticket or 72 hours, whatever. And it can be great fun. And if you've got a ticket that's valid for unlimited journeys for 24 hours, if you start making mistakes and getting on the wrong buses or trams, then it's not a big disaster in terms of wasting tickets. The sign must be the main entrance just up here somewhere. About a 4 or 5 minute walk from the tram stop. And just over from the zoo over there is a very large park, which looks very pleasant indeed. I'm going to be taking a walk through there momentarily because I do have time for that. This would be a fairly reasonable place if you come by taxi as well to drop you off. Welcome to Wrocław Zoo. Oh, Zapiakanki. Something like that, isn't it? Let's have a just quick walk to the two. In fact, there's a sign there with the ticket prices on, I think. Let's just have a little look at the rough costings of this. Oh, it's opening hours, that actually, isn't it? No, that's just the opening hours. Ah, here's the prices. Standard price for a normal ticket, 80. That's just for a normal adult. Concession, 70. Student, 75. Now it's a family ticket for 2 adults and 3 children for £265, which is just £53. And if you just come on your own, or 2 adults, that's 80 each. And there's some reduced prices for coming during the week and that kind of thing, and various other ones. But 80 zloty, hang on a minute, that's 10, 50 is 10, £16. £16. So around about €20, I guess. Which for a zoo is not too bad at all. I think London Zoo is considerably more than that. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. I don't really have the time for it this time, but this is going right to the top of my list for next time I'm in Wrocław for sure. Yeah, right, time for a cool drink, I think, before I head any further into the park, and let's go and see what's going on there. Can't really see much else. The ticket barriers are just there. Advertising an annual pass. I'd have to come and live here. Now there's a good idea. Fontana multimedia fountain. I do believe there's one of those in the centre of Wrocław at the moment to kick off summer. Looked like it was going to be doing little displays every night for a couple of hours. Well, for I think 15 minutes every half an hour for a couple of hours, I think is what I'm trying to say. Whether it's similar to this or not, I couldn't really say. I was too tired that night. I didn't get a chance to go back and have a look at it. But as always, walking in a park on a beautiful sunny day is a complete delight. Ice cream under footbridge. Japanese garden, Four Domes Pavilion, Institute of Power Systems Automation. Oh dear, that sounds a visitor centre, fun park, and the multimedia fountain. Right, let's have a little look around in here for an hour or so, see what we got. On a hot day like this is a cool, literal and metaphorical place to be wandering through. Didn't quite catch what it was called. I did see something to do with pergola, and I think, is that a pergola? Maybe. Oh, bistro. Yeah, it's a big circular pergola, or semicircular, around from this building all the way around there. And a lot of people, they're a group, a tour group. I was going to say, they look like they were waiting for something to happen, but actually I think it is a tour group being shown round. And the little fountains over there that the kids can jump in, they are jumping in them today. It's certainly warm enough for that. I don't know if there's a bit more of a display going to happen at some point, but I'm going to walk around slowly and see if it kicks into action. I can't see any signs giving an idea of an actual kind of show, multimedia. I guess the multimedia show happens at night with lights and so on, rather than during the daytime. But the fountains suddenly burst into life, different ones. What a beautiful park. Lovely place. It's got it all, Wrocław, really. I'll tell you, it's well worth considering for a weekend break, particularly in the warmer months when you can get out and about to places like this. A bit chilly, of course, in the middle of winter. Christmas markets run from I think about the last week in November right up until New Year. They're very good as well, excellent here. And in fact I would go as far as to say the one here is better than any I've seen in Germany. Probably a controversial statement to make. Everyone talks about the German Christmas markets, but I would say the one here in particular is better than any German one. Having said that, I've not been to all the German ones, I've only been to a few over the years, but yeah, worthwhile giving it some consideration. I ought to have a job working for the Wrocław Tourist Board, really. There's an idea as well. And this, the pergola goes all the way around. Loads of spaces to sit and relax. Oh, an absolutely stunning place. Well, I'm going to walk to something called Max Berg's house. I probably ought to know who Max Berg is, but I'm going to walk to it and hopefully there'll be a sign there that tells me everything I need to know. The park seems to be separated by a big road going through the middle of it. The other part of the park, now again, apologies to Polish speakers, Strodmieskie, which I think means downtown. I'm not quite sure if I've got any of that right, pronunciation or indeed the meaning of the word. That's normally kind of a word that you see in the centre of cities at the sort of main underground station or something like that. But anyway, all that aside, Probably made that completely wrong, but I'm going to have a walk to it anyway, because we are quite a long way outside of the city centre here. That was the tram ride from the main station was approximately 30 minutes. So we're not too far out, but I'm not sure how you get the other side of that fence now. Must be a way through somewhere. Okay. It's looking like you need to start getting tickets to go in here. Just trying to see. Oh, the Japanese garden. Yeah, again, not really got time to justify getting a ticket. So Max Berg's house, I think, is going to have to wait for another day as well. This could certainly be combined into a double set of things to do in one day. Head out here, zoo, Japanese garden, and this park in general, which is very nice indeed. No idea what the ticket prices are, but there's a very long queue to get in there, so just going to double back round this way and head back to the entrance to this park. Well, I've got that wrong actually. I'm just going to try over here and see if I can get across that road and into the other park. I'm not sure that it's I think the Japanese gardens in this part of the park. It's not all that clear actually when you look at it on the Google Maps. There's the road there, and there's another large park on the other side where Max Berg's house is. So I'm going to just see if there is a way of getting into there. As much as I'm sure the Japanese garden is absolutely fabulous. There's probably public toilets at one time if they're not anymore. Well, there's the road. I think the problem there was that the Google Maps was trying to route me to the park over there through the Japanese garden, which involves queuing up for a ticket and such like. So, yeah, that's it there, the Japanese garden. Just kind of walking around the edge of it now. And the park I was, so disregard all that nonsense about Japanese gardens. And I thought it was a bit big for a Japanese garden. They're normally quite small things. And the park on the map is huge. Anyway, I'm going to cross over there now, see if we can find Max Berg's house. That's another lovely park, this as well. I'm certainly blessed with parks here in Wrocław and green spaces, and the islands that you've got on the river, which are other great places to hang around and chill out. So you can see that the islands in my video that came out about a week ago. They're right in the centre. I was walking through them last night actually, and because it's kind of pretty much the end of the academic year. Most kids have done their exams, so they're not really going to school anymore and starting to chill out for the summer. And why not, hey? And a lot were down there last night meeting up with their friends. Quite a good atmosphere going on. I did hear a bit of shouting and revelry at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this morning from under my duvet. But there you go. Long gone are those days for me anyway. I hope they enjoyed themselves. Oh, a beautifully cool park to walk through, because it is it's up the high 20s now today. And I just remembered I've got a bottle of ice cold water in the bag, or at least it was when I set off. Hopefully still some of the ice is floating in there. Glorious, absolutely glorious, and not too busy either, which is surprising really. I thought everyone would be out and about, something like this today. But I've seen a few people having their wedding portfolio added to here. Some pictures to add to the ones that happen on the day, with their nice outfits on, wedding dress and so on, and some children in what appeared to be christening outfits as well. I might be wrong with that, but they were having some professional photos done. Ideal place for it, actually. Very tranquil. So Max Berg was a German architect who designed many of the fine buildings here, including that, I can't remember what it's called now. I saw the German name for it just now, like a Centennial Hall. The big place near the fountains, that great big building. And his house was here. And various other architectural projects here in Wrocław. Of course, Wrocław used to be part of Germany. And we're not that far from Germany here, just over the border really. I did go to the border from here on the train once. I think it took less than an hour, I'm pretty sure, to Görlitz. And yeah, well, that's on another video. Anyway, so Max Berg's house is just over there. I'm not sure if you can have a look around it, with or without a ticket, or what, but there it is. Right, going to move on now. Going to just sit on this bench in the shade and decide what the next move is, and how to get to it. Heading to Most Sapersky now, which is Sapersky Bridge. It takes a little while on the tram. I'm just walking to the tram stop now through the park, and I think once I've got there and had a look, it'll be pretty much time to head back towards the railway station to collect my bags and make a move towards the airport. I want to call in for some lunch somewhere, or some late afternoon tea or whatever before I head to the airport. But yeah, this has been a lovely little look around the outside of the outskirts of this fine city. Can't get over how quiet this park is on such a beautiful day. It really is quite incredible, and good news. Just how I like it. See the tram lines just there, and in fact I think I can see the tram stop now as well. Looking for the number 8. That should be going in approximately 5 minutes. Certainly is a tram stop. What a beautiful park, absolutely stunning. And this is the number 9 I think I want. I'll make sure I'm on the correct side. Everything's on the opposite side of the road here, including the railroad. Good news here is I'm getting off at the end of the line, so there shouldn't be any hiccups of not paying attention. It's the number 12 tram from Racławice. Apologies yet again. Should be coming in a couple of minutes. Tram's going to the Olympic Stadium. I'm presuming that's what I'm reading on the front. And I never knew you had Olympics in Poland before. Unless it was in when it was in Germany, when this was still part of Germany, maybe. I'll have to look into that out of interest. Nice little tram ride to rest my legs there. Right the way across the city, you're in a tram stop end of the line called Górnicza. At least I think it's the end of the line. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure the tram's going to either change ends just there and come back, or do a loop. Anyway, I'm going to walk to this bridge now, and that'll probably wrap up this little transport adventure. Once I get there, I won't film any of the journey back unless I spot something of interest along the way. Yeah, there's the big turning circle for the tram, goes right the way around there, back, and then back in the other direction, which is I guess where I'm going to be heading back to fairly shortly. Right, need to just double check Google Maps, see which direction I'm walking in, but I guess it's probably up there. Google Maps is having an absolute shocker here. It's sending me down the tram lines. I have put it to walking, not public transport. I think it's just trying to get me to find this little footpath that's over there. Anyway, no one seems to bother here about wandering across tram and railway lines, just seem to do it willy-nilly. Right out in the outskirts here. Presuming it's like over there. Right. Better try and get myself down. Such a really civilised city, this, you know. I can hear some sort of event going on in the distance. I'm quite sure what that is, but there's quite a lot of loud shouting over a PA. Some kind of event going on. Hopefully come across a shop at some point after I've got to the bridge, and grab a little sandwich before I head back to the station and then the airport. That's not the bridge I'm heading to. That's a much more modern bridge. I think I've driven over that in the past, going over the River Oder. This is a much more modest affair from a long time ago. Hope it's worth it. It's very hot walking out here now. Another 10 minutes walk from here to get some lovely little, I'm not even sure whether they're sort of very small summer houses or very big kind of garden rooms in allotments, but they're pretty good, whatever they are, over these fences. I'm not going to stick my camera over there, but people seem to be there kind of growing stuff. Look like you could live in most of them, so kind of guessing getting deeper and deeper into the woods, right on the outskirts of the city now, and one or two cars parked up. I think some of them are probably visiting their little summer homes or dachas or whatever they're called, and their gardens and allotments, and some are coming down here. This is fun in the middle of winter. Why would you want to come here in the middle of winter? Here we are at, or almost at, Most Sapersky, or Sapersky Bridge. I think this route leads to walking across it. That route leads to something underneath it. Can't actually walk across it though. I love going on random public transport journeys and coming across places like this. Heaven knows what the history of this bridge is. I presume it's got one. Well, it does look like an old railway bridge, to be fair. Can't see any evidence of there having been a railway line here. And this is something that you see very, very, very rarely here in Poland, fly tipping. Although that's possibly a fisherman's seat that he's just left behind. You do not find that kind of disgusting behaviour happening here very, very often, I'm very pleased to say. So from Sipersky Bridge, Most Sipersky, thank you for watching this video of random wanders around this fine city of Wrocław here in Silesia, Śląsk in Poland. If I see anything of interest between now and getting back to the airport, then I'll add it on. But I think it'll probably just be more of the same, a tram ride and stuff like that. So thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click on the like, subscribe. I've got loads more from Poland, Czechia, Germany, United Kingdom, other places in Europe, Latvia, Lithuania, and further afield. And did I say the UK? UK as well. So if you like any of those or interested in watching something similar to this, then please subscribe, have a look at the channel, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again in another one very soon. Cheers for now. Bye-bye. Just had a quick read up about this bridge. It's got a very long and detailed history on Wikipedia and one or two Polish websites that involve some translating. Very interesting, mostly to do with the Second World War, I have to say. But if you are interested, then Google that and find out more about it. There's no signs here, nothing much. In fact, I'm the only person here. But most of its history is to do with German occupation of Poland back in World War II. So once again, thanks for watching. Catch you again soon. Bye now.